Hello and welcome. I'm Ashley from Cubro and we're doing a training and education video showing how to get the best use out of the Duo Plus bed. The Duo Plus bed comes in two different sizes, comes in the single size and also the king single size. It also is length adjustable and has a height range going from 180mm right through to 765mm. We will now go through the handset functions and show you what function does what to the bed in regards to positioning the patient correctly or the resident within their bed. So here we have the handset for the Duo Plus bed, and as you can see, each control is highlighted here, and you can see the control points to what part of the bed changes position when you activate the handset. So you can see here on this top function, that is the backrest. So if I push on there, the backrest rises, and then if I go on the opposite side, the headset lowers. On the next one down, we have the footrest. If I push here, the footrest raises. If I go on the other side, the footrest lowers. Next we have both the headrest and the footrest activating at the same time. So if I push this here, both the head section and the foot section raise simultaneously. Likewise, if I push here, they lower simultaneously. This is a function that should be used regularly, as by operating both the head section and the knee brake at the same time, it helps prevent the resident from sliding down the bed over against just using the head section function all the time. On this next feature down, we have the complete raising and lowering of the bed. So if I raise it on the left hand side and then opposite lowers it. Now you will need to note there is different points at which the bed will stop when lowering. If it stops, you simply need to release the button and then push again, and then it will continue to lower to its lowest function. On the next function down, we have the Trendelenburg functions and reverse Trendelenburg. So by operating this, it will raise the bed to the acceptable height and then tilt the whole bed accordingly. To change the direction of tilt, simply go to the opposite side of the handset and it will tilt the other alternative way. We will now show you through the features on this bed and how to ensure you're getting the best from each function. So here we have the backrest raising function on the bed. If I push this raises the backrest, so I'm in an upright position. One thing to note here is a lot of time we find in care facilities is they'll be using this function to help sit the resident up. One key point to remember is it is good practice to use both the head section and knee brake at the same time, which is this button further down the handset. What you can see by operating this button, it operates the head section as well as the knee brake at the same time, which helps prevent the resident from getting slidden or pushed down the bed. And it is also a far more comfortable position to be in and offers better pressure relief for the resident lying in the bed. We would promote using this function as much as possible to ensure that you're getting the best pressure relief for the resident in the bed as well as the most amount of comfort. On the second function down, we have the footrest raising and lowering. Now the good part about this bed is it has what we call a full 4-section lying surface. And when we raise the foot section, it raises the foot section but also does what we call a knee brake. Now that raises up underneath the underside of my knees, but then lowers down where the heels are on the bed, so helps prevent a pressure build-up around the heel zone, which can often lead to pressure injuries. So by using this function, it helps spread the weight of pressure out and take the pressure points off the heels, which normally build up if you're just using the head section only on the bed. Now we have the raising and lowering of the bed. Now for care staff, they may want to raise the bed right up to its highest function for rolling or turning or performing cares on a resident that is in bed. It does have a great lifting range. It goes up to 765mm, so it ensures that even for taller care staff, they can easily help manage the resident within the bed. I will now show you the ultra-low function, which lowers the bed right down to its lowest point. Now, as I mentioned earlier in this training video, the bed will stop at a certain height and you will need to re-press the button to go into its ultra-low function. You'll see this shortly when the bed stops while I'm still pushing the handset with my finger. You can see it's stopped there. I simply release my finger off it, re-push the button, and the bed then goes down to its lowest point. This is great for putting residents into this position that are high falls risk by lowering the bed as close as we can or to its lowest point. It ensures that if they did roll out of bed, they're not as falling from as great a height, and helps provide safety and protection where possible. On the bottom of the handset we have our last control point, which is the Trendelenburg and reverse Trendelenburg. Now that tilts the whole bed forward or backwards. This is a specialist feature and used for helping sit someone upright without reducing the angle of their hip. So you can see by using this, I've activated the backrest and the knee brake to help prevent me from sliding down the bed. But rather than carry on bringing the backrest up and really close up my hip angle and put pressure through my sacrum, I simply tilt the whole bed forward, and I can still be upright in view of eating, watching TV, or whatever activities the resident may require to do from bed, but it makes them feel upright without actually putting a whole lot of pressure through their sacrum, that by just using the backrest, or when normally using just the backrest function, it would. So this is a really good tool to use, and a feature that a lot of people don't use, but we would promote using where safe for the patient. When activating the brakes on the Duo Plus bed, it is good to bear in mind at the head end here, where the green tabbed caster is, that is a track lock caster. It is good to have that activated to ensure the bed cannot go from side to side and that it is locked in place. As you can see, you heard it click, that means it's activated and the bed is secure. When braking the Duo Plus bed, you simply need to push down on this foot bar and that locks the casters in place and the bed is secure. You do also have the option of operating via the red and green tab on the side of the bed, which does the exact same task. Thank you very much for watching our training and education video on how to use the Duo Plus. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you have any further questions, feel free to reach out to your local Cubro representative and we'll be more than happy to assist however possible. Thank you.